Taylor up here, who used to be a Scarecrow, and Brock back there was a Tin Man, and Gretchen, and there's one, Michelle. Lots of people that are taking part in this before. Before we start to play tonight, we have another past student of mine. She was in 2nd grade with me a couple of years ago. She's now a freshman. Is that right? Sophomore. Sorry, Maureen. And she is going to do a reading, kind of for all of you, for the little kids, and for you adults too. She is on the Chesaning High School forensics team. And I don't know how many of you know about the forensics team. That's the coach right there running that camera. Maybe this is a little bit of recruiting for her, but it's another way for kids to compete in high school. There's 9 events, Chris, or 10? 12, who's got it? Okay, 12 events that kids can take part in. Maureen is doing the storytelling tonight. Scuffy the tugboat. And if your kids, when they get into high school, this speaking, as you know, I wore these pants a couple of weeks ago, because it is hard to do. It's hard to talk in front of people. This gives kids a very good opportunity to practice that skill, work on that skill. So Maureen, are you ready?
Yeah.
This is Maureen Devereaux.
We all know someone who is foolish, someone who is so hard to please, someone who always thinks they are meant for bigger things. I knew of someone like this, someone who thought he was destined for the sea, which is, of course, the biggest and the best. But it sure does seem scary when you're only this big. Oh, this wasn't a man. It was Scuffy the Tugboat by Gertrude Crampton. Scuffy was sad. Scuffy was cross. Scuffy sniffed his blue smokestack. A toy store is no place for a red-painted tugboat, said Scuffy, and he sniffed his blue smokestack again. I was meant for bigger things. Perhaps you would not be cross if you went sailing, said the man with the polka dot tie, who owned the shop. So one night, he took Scuffy home to his little boy, and he filled the bathtub with water. Sail, little tugboat, said the little boy. I won't sail in a bathtub. A tub is no place for a red-painted tugboat. I was meant for bigger things. So the next day, the man with the polka dot tie and his little boy carried Scuffy to a laughing brook that started high in the hills. Sail, little tugboat. It was spring, and the brook was full to the brim with its water, and the water moved in a hurry, as all things move in a hurry when it is spring. Scuffy was in a hurry too. Come back, little tugboat, come back! Not I, not I. This is the life for me. All that day, Scuffy sailed along with the brook, past the meadow filled with cowslips, past the women washing clothes on the bank, past the little woods filled with violets. Cows came to the brook to drink. They stood in the cool water, and it was fun to sail around between their legs and bump softly into their noses. And it was fun to see them drink. But when a white and brown cow almost drank Scuffy, instead of the brook's cool water, Scuffy was frightened. That was not fun. Night came, and with it the moon. There was nothing to see but the quiet trees. Suddenly, an owl called out. Cried the frightened tugboat, and he wished he could see the smiling face of the man with the polka dot tie. When morning came, Scuffy was cross instead of frightened. I was meant for bigger things. But which way am I to go? But there was only one way to go, and that was with the running water, where two brooks met to form a small river, and with the river sailed Scuffy. He was proud when he sailed past villages. People built villages at the edge of my river. Once, Scuffy's river joined a small one, jammed with logs. Here were men in heavy jackets and great boots, walking about on the floating logs, trying to pry them free. Let me through. But the men paid no attention attention to him. Instead, they pushed the logs apart so they would drift with the river to the sawmill in the town. Scuffy bumped the lawn with the jostling logs. Ouch! He cried as the logs bumped together. He was proud when he sailed under the bridges. My river is so wide and so deep that people must build bridges to cross them. And the bridges over were very wide, wide enough so that many cars and trucks and streetcars could cross all at once. But the river got deeper and deeper. Scuffy did not have to tuck up his bottom. The river moved faster and faster. I feel like a train instead of a tugboat. But he was proud when he sailed past the sawmill with its water wheel. But high in the hills and mountains, the winter snow melted. Water filled the brooks and rushed from there into the small rivers. Faster and faster it flowed to the great river where Scuffy sailed. Soon, great armies of men came to save the fields and towns from the rushing water. They filled bags with sand and placed them at the edge of the river. The water rose higher and higher. The men built the sandbags higher and higher. Higher went the river, higher went the sandbags, until at last the water rose no more. The floodwater rushed onto the sea, and Scuffy raced along with the flood. The people and the fields and the towns were safe. On went the river to the sea. At last, Scuffy sailed into a big city. Here the river widened, and all about were docks and wharves. Oh, it was a busy place and a noisy place. Cranes groaned as they swung cargoes onto ships. Porters shouted as they carried suitcases and boxes on board. Horses stamped and truck motors roared. Streetcars clanged and people shouted. Scuffy said, "Woo-hoo!" But nobody noticed. Oh, there is no beginning, and there is no end to the sea. I wish I could find the man with the polka dot tie and his little boy. And just as Scuffy sailed past the last piece of land, a hand reached out and picked him up. And there was the man with the polka dot tie and his little boy beside him. Scuffy is home now with the man with the polka dot tie and his little boy. He sails from one end of the bathtub to the other. This is the place for red-painted tugboat, and this is the life for me.
Welcome to our play, The Wizard of Oz. You probably remember in the original play that the tornado carried Dorothy and Toto to the county of Oz. Our play begins in Munchkinland after the house is landed on the Wicked Witch to the east. So please sit back and enjoy The Wizard of Oz.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We must be over the rainbow.
Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue.
Now I know we're not in Kansas.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
I'm not a witch at all. I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas.
Well, is that a witch?
No, that's Toto, my dog.
Well, I wondered because the Munchkins called and told me that a witch made a house trap on the Wicked Witch of the East.
I'm not a witch at all. Witches are old and ugly.
What was that? Munchkins, they're laughing because I am a witch. I am Glenda, the witch of the north.
Oh, I beg your pardon.
I never seen a beautiful witch before. Munchkins are laughing because only bad witches are ugly. The Munchkins are laughing because you have freed them from the Wicked Witch of the East.
What are Munchkins?
They are the little people who live in this land. Munchkins, come out now.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. The wicked witch, the wicked witch. Ding dong, the wicked witch is dead.
I represent the Lullaby League, the Lullaby League, the Lullaby League. In the name of the Lullaby League, I welcome you to Munchkin Land.
We represent the Lollipop Kids, the Lollipop Kids, the Lollipop Kids, and in the name of the Lollipop Kids, we welcome you to Munchkin Land.
As mayor of Munchkin Land in the county of Oz, I present you a key to our city.
I thought you said she was dead. She is, but this is her sister, the Wicked Witch of the West, and she's even meaner than the other. Who killed her? Was it you? No, it was an accident. Well, I can cause accidents too. Aren't you forgetting the ruby slippers? The slippers, yes. They're gone. What have you done with them? Here they are, and here they will stay. Give those back, or I'll be gone with you. You have no power here. I'll get you, my pretty, and your little dog too. It's all right. You can come out now. You've made an enemy, and the sooner you get out of Oz, the better. I'd like to, but how do I get back to Kansas? The only person who would know that is the Wizard of Oz. And remember, never take those ruby slippers off your feet for a moment, or you will be in the mercy of the Wicked Witch of the West. But how do I get to the Wizard of Oz? All you do is follow the Yellow Brick Road. Follow Yellow Brick Road. Follow Yellow Brick Road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Somewhere over the rainbow skies are blue. Now which way do we go? Pardon me, that way is very nice. Who said that? Don't be silly, Toto. Scarecrows can't talk. It's pleasant down that way, too. That's funny. Wasn't he pointing the other way? Of course, people do go both ways. Why, you did say something, didn't you? Did you do that on purpose, or can't you make up your mind? That's the problem. I can't make up my mind. I don't have a brain, only straw. How can you talk if you don't have a brain? I don't know. Well, we haven't met properly, have we? Why no? How do you do? How do you do? It's boring being stuck up here all day with a pole up your back. Oh, it must be terribly uncomfortable. Can't you get down? Down? No. You see. Here, let me help you. Oh, that's a very kind of you. I don't quite see how I can. Of course, I'm not very great about doing things, but if you would just bend the nail, maybe I'd slip off. Whoa! My, feels good to be free. Are you all right? Did I scare you? No, I just thought you hurt yourself. But I didn't scare you? No, of course not. I didn't think so. I'm such a failure, I can't even scare crows away. All because I haven't got a brain. Well, I'm going to Emerald City to ask the wizard to help me get back to Kansas. Do you think if I were with you, the wizard would give me a brain? I don't know, but it's worth a try. Oh, goody, we're off to see the wizard. A man made out of tin. Did you say something? I think he said oil can. Oh, here it is. He said it's mouth.
My, it seems good to talk again. Try my elbows. That feels good. I've been holding this axe up for ages.
Goodness, how did you ever get like this?
Well, about a year ago, it started to rain, and I rusted solid. Been that way ever since.
Well, you're perfect now.
Perfect? The tinsmith forgot to give me a heart.
No heart?
No heart.
Well, we're going to Emerald City to ask the wizard. Well, we're on our way now. Would you like to come with us to ask the wizard for a heart?
Well, suppose the wizard won't give me one when we get there.
Oh, but he will. He must. We've come such a long way already.
You call that long? Why, you just begun. Stay away from her. I'll stuff a matches with you. And you, I'll use for a beehive.
I'll see you reach the wizard whether I get a brain or not. Stuff a matches with me.
And I'll see that you reach the wizard whether I get a heart or not. Beehive, bah! Let's just see her try to make a beehive out of me.
Oh, you're the best friends anyone ever had. To Oz?
To Oz. be lions and tigers and bears.
Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my! Lions and tigers and bears. Oh my!
Put 'em up, put 'em up. I'll fight you with one paw behind my back. I'll fight you with both together. I'll fight you standing on one foot. I'll fight you with my eyes closed. Aw, scared, are ya?
Shame on you!
What'd you do that for? Is my nose bleeding?
What a fuss you're making! Why, you're nothing but a great big coward.
You're right, I'm a coward. I even scare myself. I haven't got any courage and I haven't slept in weeks.
Why don't you try counting sheep?
Izzy's doing any good. I'm afraid of them too.
Oh, that's too bad. Don't you suppose the wizard could help him too? I don't see why not. Why don't you come with us? We're on our way now to get him a heart.
And him a brain.
I'm sure he could give you some courage.
Oh yeah, sure. That's so nice of you.
Who knocked? We did. State your business. We want to see the wizard. The wizard? But nobody's the Great Oz. Even I haven't seen him. Then how do you know there is one? Well, you're wasting my time. Please, sir, I've got to see the wizard.
The good witch of the north sent her.
Prove it. She's wearing the ruby slippers she gave her. Well, bust my britches. That's a horse of different color. Wait here. I'll announce you at once. Did you hear that? I'll announce it at once. I've as good as got my brain.
I can just about hear my heart beating.
I'll be home in time for supper.
And in an hour, I'll be king of the forest. Long live the king.
The wizard says, go away. Go away. Looks like we've come a long way for nothing. And I was so happy I thought I was on my way home.
Don't cry, Dorothy. We're gonna see that you reach the wizard.
We certainly are.
Please don't cry anymore. I'll try to get you to see the wizard somehow.
I'm so scared. Somebody pull my tail.
You did it yourself.
Come forward! Look at that. Look at that. I want to go home.
I am the great and powerful Oz. Who are you? I'm Dorothy. We've come to help. Silence! The great and powerful Oz knows why you have come. You ought to be ashamed. Silence, you whippersnapper. The great Oz has every intention of granting your wish. You do?
What's that? What did he say?
But first you must prove yourself worthy by performing a very small task. Bring me the broomstick of the Wicked Witch of the West.
But we'll have to kill her to do that.
Bring me her broomstick.
What if she kills us first?
I said go! Take your army and bring me the gauntlet dog. What about the others? Bring me them too. Go, go. Oh, eel. Oh, oh, eel. Oh, eel. Oh. What are you going to do with my duck? Give him back. When you give me those ruby slippers. But the good witch in the north told me not to take them off. Throw the dog in the river and drown him. No, okay, you can have the slippers. I knew you'd see reason. I didn't mean it. Can I still have my dog? No, I should have no. Those slippers will never come off as long as you're alive.
Don't be afraid, Dorothy.
You three will go first. Have some fire, Scarecrow. No! You cursed rat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! She's dead! You killed her! I didn't mean it! Hail Dorothy! The Wicked Witch is dead! Hail Dorothy! The Wicked Witch is dead! The broom! May we have it? Yes, and take it with you! Oh good, now we can take it to the wizard and tell him the Wicked Witch is dead! Why don't you come back? Please, sir, we've done what you said. We brought you the broomstick of the Wicked Witch.
We melted her.
So we would like you to keep your promise. Not so fast! Not you? You're a very bad man. No, I'm just a very bad wizard.
What about the heart you promised Tin Man?
And Lion's courage.
And Scarecrow's brain. Ah, wait here. Why, I no longer have a brain. Back where I live, they have universities where men become great thinkers. The only thing that you don't have is a diploma. Therefore, I present you with this diploma.
E=mc². How can I ever thank you?
The only thing you need, my friend, is a medal. So for bravery and courage against wicked witches, I award you with the Triple Cross.
Shucks, I'm speechless.
As for you, my galvanized friend, you want a heart. Therefore, I present you with a small token for our esteem and affection.
Oh, it is. Read what my medal says. Courage, ain't the truth, ain't the truth.
Hey, what about Dorothy?
Yeah, Dorothy next.
I don't think there's anything in that bag for me. No, there's not, but I know it can help you. Can you help me?
You always had the power to go back to Kansas.
I have.
Those magic slippers will take you home in seconds.
One great miss, you also very hot.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Then close your eyes and click your heels together 3 times and say there's no place like home.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Well, this is the end of our play, but it's not the end of the real Wizard of Oz play. The last scene, Dorothy was in her bed with her auntie at her bedside. She was telling everyone she had really been to the land of Oz. Of course, we know, as her auntie told her, she had only been dreaming, and what a dream it was. One thing for sure, real or dream, it helps us all realize there's no place like home. Thank you. We hope you enjoyed our performance.
Thanks again for coming, people. I hope you enjoyed that as much as we did putting it together. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of work. Thank you very much, kids.
The wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. With here he is the Wizard of Wiz, if ever a Wiz there was. If ever, oh ever a Wiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does.